welcome back to my channel, the Baking Diva. Well, how many of you watched the Super Bowl? I bet half do and half don't. I'll be honest with you, I never grew up in a family that was really into sports. They just weren't. They watched baseball games and my brother played, Little League, but it wasn't like it is nowadays. So many families are so into sports. However, when I met my husband, I was in high school and he happened to be a basketball star. So I followed basketball and I actually understood basketball for the most part. So, I got to watch all his games and cheer for him, and that was a lot of fun. But football, not so much. To be honest with you, I never understood it. And even now, I don't always understand it. And last year, I know before my husband passed away, we were watching football, and he was teaching me and explaining to me different things. So it helped a little bit. But it doesn't mean I can't have fun. If you see in the beginning, and you see it on my thumbnail, I have a shirt that I put on every year, and it says on it something like, I'm only here for the food, the halftime show, and I forget what else. But I am more excited this year. In fact, I was the last couple of years. So I've learned to like football. I don't love it, but I've learned to like it. And I really do like the Chiefs. Mahomes, oh boy, I'll tell you, he's really good. And Tom Brady, oh, I loved it when he played. And of course, Kelsey, he's terrific. So I got more involved in it. Doesn't have anything to do with Taylor Swift. And I'm enjoying it. So last year, the Chiefs won. And we just had a little, we just had some little festivities downstairs and watched it on the big screen and whatnot. I'm glad I took some videos of that because my husband, Tim, was here to watch it. And this is another first for me. A first of him not being here to watch the game with me. So anyway, the Chiefs are playing the Philadelphia Eagles. So I wanted to make something, and I wanted to get it on there right away so that if you wanted to make it, you'd have time, because this is super duper easy. And yet I think they make a nice presentation, and I'm all about presentation. So I'm calling these football brookies. Now, do you know what a brookie is? A brookie is a combination of a brownie and a cookie, usually like a sugar cookie. And there's a really easy way to make these, and they really look good. So we're going to get started now. And do you like all my little Cockapoo dogs that I put on in the beginning of the video? Because I have a Cockapoo. Her name is Cinnamon. She's my assistant. And she's going to be 7 months old in a few days. And she is a handful. But I had so much fun making them, and I thought you would enjoy seeing them. So anyway, what do you say we get started? And like Cinnamon said, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you. So all we're doing, simple, is we're using boxed brownie mix. And usually I use 1 box of the brownie mix, but I'm going to use 2 boxes here because I like them to come a little bit higher in my pan. And I just happened to have purchased what was on sale, Betty Crocker Delights Supreme Original Brownie Mix. And it even comes with a little packet of, I think it's Hershey syrup, does it say? Chocolate syrup. So I'm going to put my brownie mix in a nice sized bowl. If you watch the Super Bowl, let me know. What team are you rooting for? I guess you figured out by now, I'm trying to make this video fair. So you'll notice my Cockapoos are dressed in Kansas City Chiefs outfits along with Philadelphia Eagle outfits. But in all fairness, I have my Kansas City Chief t-shirt on. So I am a Kansas City Chief fan. My gosh, look at all the games they won. Unbelievable. All right, and I have 4 grandsons who are all involved in sports. And I said to them months ago, I said, oh, if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, I said, I'm going to have a big party. And they were like, ha, 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 ha. They're not going to the Super Bowl. Ha, ha, ha. So now I like to tease them. I go, oh, look who's going to the Super Bowl. But am I having a big party? And no, I don't think so. We'll just have a little party at home here. Okay, so I'm putting that chocolate syrup in. Some brownie mixes come with it, some don't. Whatever. All you're really doing is buying a boxed brownie mix and you're using that to get started. Now, do whatever it tells you to do on the brownie mix. Like it'll say if you're using, I don't know, a metal pan or a glass pan, put your oven on to a certain temperature. If you're using a non-stick pan, and depending on the size, this is what I'm using. This is a 9x13 pan, and I coated it with parchment paper. I like to do that because when it's time to take the brownies out, you just lift up the sides of the paper and you lift it right up, and there's no like sticking to the bottom of the pan. And you probably can't see it, but a lot of times the parchment paper, flies up in the air, doesn't sit nice. So I put a little dab of either butter or margarine on my pan before I put my parchment paper on there, and it holds it down. Just a little tip I learned years ago. All right, so since we're doubling our recipe, in this we are going to add 2 eggs. Oh my goodness. Have you seen the price of eggs because of the bird flu? It's blown my mind. I buy a lot of eggs because I like to eat eggs and I bake, but I was in the food store yesterday. I don't think there were any eggs in the food store less than $8 and change a dozen, and they went up to $12.99 a dozen, depending on what you bought. And I was standing there with another lady, and we were just shaking our heads. I mean, it's like $10 for a dozen eggs. Unbelievable. So anyway, luckily we only have to put 2 in here because I'm doubling it. If you just make a single box, it would only be 1. Now, it says 1/3 of a cup of oil, so I'm putting 2/3 of a cup of oil in. Oh boy, let me put this over here. Why I did 1/3 and 1/3, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. 2/3. And it calls for, let me see, 3 tablespoons of water, so I measured 6 tablespoons in here. And let me see what else. I think I put everything in, didn't I? Yes. So I'm going to take a whisk and just combine everything and get it all mixed up. So football. Sundays are for football. So I know my son and my daughter both have 2 boys each. So there's a lot of sports going on, trust me. Okay, I think I have to stand up because I'm short. I used to be 5'3½", but over the years, I shrunk. And last time I went to the doctor, I said, could you measure me? And she measured me, the nurse, and she said, you're 5'2". I go, I'm only 5'2"? Oh well, I'm a shrimp. What can I tell you? So as you can see, you need a few mussels, but I'm mixing this all up. You can use a whisk, you can use a spoon, whatever your little heart desires. And if you're new here, welcome. And on my channel, I try to do a little bit of everything. Sweet, savory, reviews, holidays, vacations. Try to keep it interesting. I just don't want to bore you with the baking. Baking can be fun. This is looking pretty darn good to me. Look at that. Okay, now, you say, well, these are football brookies, right? Of course. And they're so easy to make. If you're watching the game, if it's just with your family or you're having a party, make them. Because they taste good and they look good. Alrighty, I think this is mixed enough. Yeah, it looks it to me. And I'll refrain from licking the spoon. I promise. Alright, now, next, let me go wash my hands. Okay, so next I'm going to put the brownie mix into my prepared pan. Okay. Pour that in. Ooh. Okay. Get all that in there. I should have a spatula, but I forgot. But that's okay. All right. So then I'm going to just spread the brownie mix. So it's all evenly spread in the pan. So I don't have to really tell you this. You all know how to make brownies. I'd be very surprised if any of you watching this don't know how to make brownies. Okay, now the Eagles colors, well, you know, they're green. And the Chiefs are red and white, and they have a little gold in there. So I want to be fair because we don't know who's going to win yet. Like I say, I'm going rah rah Chiefs, but doesn't mean they're going to win. They're both good teams. So let me move this over here. What I decided to do is put some sprinkles on the top of this, and I wanted to see if I had enough in my sprinkle cabinet to maybe do the Chiefs on one side and the Eagles on the other side. So let me see. Put this over here. All right. So I have some green and white sprinkles here. I'm going to sprinkle them on one side of the brownies. This is the Eagles side. Alrighty, looking good. I always say presentation is everything. And who wants boring old brownies? Not me. Alright, well, that's about half. Yeah, okay, looks good. Okay. Now I didn't have a lot of red and white sprinkles in my stash, so I have what I have. We'll try and see how I can fit them on here. All right, very fair. Green and white and red and white. Perfecto. So if you do watch the game, who are you rooting for? The Eagles or the Chiefs? All right, put a few more there. Make them meet in the middle. Take a couple of pictures and put them in for you. Alrighty, looks good to me. Now, what are we gonna do to make them into a brookie and football brownies? So let me show you. Christmas time, I wanted to do something special for Christmas, but that it involved footballs. And I needed to buy these footballs. These are the Pillsbury ready-to-bake footballs. And I saw them in the store. I didn't buy them. A week later, gone. I must have gone to 3 or 4 food stores. No one had them. And I was so disappointed. So I couldn't make the particular thing I wanted to make. So my one grandson said to me, Grandma, maybe when it gets closer to the Super Bowl, they'll have them. Well, I went into the store yesterday and they had just gotten them in and they had a lot of them. So I picked up 3 boxes. I wasn't taking a chance this time. So if you want to make this, head out to your food store now, because good possibility they'll sell out, and once they sell out, they may not get them back, because they have Valentine's ones too. But what I liked about the footballs, and I'll put a picture in, the footballs are actually in the shape of a football. And you know, if you bought these cookies, all the others are round. And then there's like a heart sort of stamped in the middle, or, you know, whatever it might be. They had an elf on there for Christmas. They have different things for all the holidays. But these are the only ones that I've seen cut out. And that's what I wanted. So I'm going to take a football. My hands are clean. I just washed them. And I'm going to place it on here. I know you're not going to be able to see it very well because I don't want it all to fall out, but I'm going to take a picture and put it in for you. So I'm going to put the footballs maybe 4 across, because what I want is I want a football to be in the middle of each brownie square when I cut it. So these will be really cute. And then I'm going to put these in the oven. It says to follow the directions on the box. So my brownie box doesn't happen to have the 9x13 pan, which I'm surprised because they usually do. But I'm looking at these like 9x9 and 11x17, I'm going to say in about 26 minutes, check it. Check it with a toothpick, look at it, see if you think it's done. And if it's not, leave it in for another 4 or 5 minutes, because it really all depends on the size of the pan. Okay? So I will be heading over to the oven with these, and I will be back when I take them out of the oven. We cut them, and the best part, we do a taste testing. So come on back. I am back. I lifted the brownies out of the pan using the parchment paper, and they're not completely cold, but they're all right. I want to just try to cut them and see how they look and give them a taste. So mine stay in the oven a little bit longer because I did use 2 mixes, and I checked the ends and I checked it with a toothpick. So depending on your oven, you know, you'll know when they're done. And I put this on parchment paper. Usually they pop right off, but these, I don't know, they stuck a little bit. So let me see how they go. I'm going to cut off the corner one here. I usually use a pizza cutter, but since these are a brookie, I'm going to use a knife. So let me just press down this way and get my end piece out. There we go. Hold on. Let me get that baby out. Oh, yeah. They're gooey. Not gooey, but chewy. Chewy brownies. I think it tells you on the box that if you want a more cake-like brownie, how you can make them. But these are chewy. So let me try to get this one out. Okay, here it comes. My hands are clean. Alrighty. Oh yes, very chewy, very chewy. Must be that chocolate syrup I put in there. Alright. So let me take that one out. Looks good. See how it is? It has the football on top. And basically it's a brookie. It's a combination of a cookie and a brownie. Let me try to get another one out. I have to stand up. It works better for me push that down. Okay. And they're still too warm. I should have waited. I should have waited a few more minutes to cut them. See? But I wanted to do a taste testing for you. So I'm not going to cut all of these right now. I don't want to ruin them. So I'm going to cut them when they're a little bit cooler. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a taste test for you. So here's the brownie. And oh, there's a little piece of parchment paper stuck on the bottom. I'm not liking that. No. Okay. And the cookie is a sugar cookie. So let me give it a taste. It's good. I have chocolate all over my finger, but it's good. It's a nice flavor. Combination of the chocolate and the sugar cookie on top. So you'll see when I cut these how nice they're going to look for the football game. So give them a try. You don't have to make them this size. You can make them in the regular brownie pan, like the 8x8 pan. And maybe you'll only need maybe 2 or 3 layers. So anyway, enjoy the game. I'm anxious to see who's going to win. This is going to be a game I'm probably going to watch. Years ago, I only watched the halftime and the commercials. But now I don't find the commercials as good as they used to be. I used to love those Budweiser commercials and all. And to be honest with you, I haven't been that crazy about the halftime shows at all. So I hope this one's better. Otherwise, I'll just come up and serve the food during halftime. So anyway, take care, everybody. It's freezing here. We had an ice storm this morning in New Jersey. So wherever you are, stay warm and stay safe. And I will see you soon. Love you all. Toodles.